1995 Polaris Xplorer, and I'm having problems with the four-wheel drive working all the time whenever the button's in. So I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with it, and I've taken some things off, like the front rack and the front panel, to get a look at the electrical. I took the front hub off and checked the Hilliard clutch in there, and everything looks good in there. So I'm assuming that it's not in the mechanical part of the front end, basically, of the hub. So the next thing we have to look at is the electrical part of it. So we'll go over that now. Okay, I've got it started now. If I go ahead and put it in gear, you can see the wheels start to turn. Okay, you can see the turning, but if I put my foot on it, it stops it. So that means it's not really four-wheel drive. So that tends to tell me that it's electrical, either the coil going down to the front wheel or not. So I'll go ahead and shut it off. Alright, to do this test, you have to make sure that you have all four wheels off the ground, like I do here. So I have a ATV jack underneath it, and that gives me the ability to get all four wheels off the ground, so that when I'm running the transmission in gear, the machine stays in place. So that's what you want to make sure that you have that situation to be able to test that out. So if it is electrical, then we're going to have to get the manual out, and we'll check some things at the terminal panel, I'll call it, okay? And there's gray wires that go into that, and we're going to check the ohms on that and see if we can determine what it is. Okay, now I have my repair manual out, and it says on a 1991 J and later electric demand four-drive electrical troubleshooting chart. So the first thing that I need to check is check the voltage between the red and white and the brown circuit board terminals with the ignition switch on, as previously described. So my red and white is right here, and my brown is right here. So if I turn the switch on, the ignition switch on, and then I put my my multimeter, put it to volts, and if I go to the red and white with my red and to the brown, okay, I'm reading the voltage on the battery, 12.54. So that works, that's good. Now it says place the red multi-tester lead on the black and white circuit board terminal and the black tester on the brown terminal with the demand four-wheel drive switch on. So we want to make sure the switch is on, which it is now, okay? All right, with the ignition switch on, the four-wheel drive switch on, and let's get back to my okay, so we'll put the red on the black here and the brown over here, and yeah, we're reading the same. Okay, so now, so the switching is getting power. Now we got to check the coils, and with that we have to go and change to ohms. So we'll change the ohms, and we're going to check the gray wires, which are down here, and they should read between 25 and 30 ohms. So let's see, and the black will go on the brown, which the brown is really ground, so we're grounding it, and let's see what we got. And the black, or the gray, I'm sorry, the gray, get down here. And we got 27 resistance, okay, so that works out. So now we've done some electrical tests and we still haven't determined what the problem is. So where do we go from here? Well, let's see if we can turn the ignition switch back off. Let's see if we can start it up and see what, if we can try something else, because there's something that's causing it not to work. So I'm gonna change I'm going to go to the wiring schematic here on in my manual. So let's see if I can find 95 Explorer right here, 95 Explorer. So let's see what we can try. So let's start it up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start it up and see if we can get the four-wheel drive to work. We've done some testing with our multimeter. Let's see what we can come up with here. So if I put it in gear, wheels turning. All right, it's in four-wheel drive now. But now you see, it's not in four-wheel drive, because I can hold it. So somehow it came out of four-wheel drive. So it's either electrical or, but let's put it out, got it in neutral, let's put it in reverse. See if we got it. All right, we got it in reverse. See, I can't hold it back. So it works in reverse. All right, it works in reverse, but it pops out in, sometimes it works in drive and sometimes it doesn't. In reverse, it didn't do that. So that's why, looking at the schematics, I figured it must have been in this transmission switch, and I didn't know exactly if the transmission switch was here or on the transmission itself, but it makes sense to be right in here. So now we're gonna have to go and take the gear shifter out, basically, and take it apart and see what's wrong with it. What's letting it come out of gear or out of its position enough to tell the all-wheel drive switch it's not in gear when it still is in gear. So there you can see how you have to, when you're diagnosing a problem, that you have to look at all the things and test everything out. And ultimately, what made me figure out it was the transmission switch was that it was working in reverse and not coming out of reverse, which meant that the all-wheel drive switch was really good, not bad, and that the hubs were good, the coils and the hubs were good. So that led me, after looking at the wiring schematic, to go to the transmission switch and look at that, and that's where the problem is in this machine right here. So if you have any questions about what you saw in this video, you can go to myquadrepair.com and ask me the question, and I will answer it for you. And thank you for watching this video.